Who's going to be the baddest dude when you come on these white lines? Be the baddest dude on these white lines starting tonight. No excuses. Let's do this thing.
Welcome to episode 4 of the Brett Beer Show, sponsored by James Restaurant. As always, I'm Cooper Burrell, and I'm always here with Coach Beer. Coach, how you doing?
I'm great. Welcome back.
Thank you,
We missed you last week.
I'm feeling much better, and Coach, let's go ahead and talk about last week. As playing Liberty, Jerry got hurt during practice, and you put in Deshaun Goldman.
Yeah.
Let's talk about him.
Well, I mean, we're a man down, man up mentality. I mean, everybody has got to, prepare and compete all week as a starter because you never know if your number is going to be called and when it's going to be called. And I thought Goldman did a phenomenal job, with the kind of a short week. I mean, you get him ready, the rest of that Wednesday and then a Thursday walkthrough, and he plays really well. It tells you how deep we are at quarterback and how excited we are about the quarterback room. And, with man down, man up, I mean, you just have to be prepared. And when your number's called and you're ready, then good things are going to happen.
Coach, I want to go ahead and talk about the score, 40-0. Of course, the offense putting up a lot of points. You had RJ with 3 touchdowns. I want to talk about the importance of him.
Yeah, when RJ's dialed in and doing things that RJ's capable of doing, he's a special back. I mean, he's kind of that big battering ram that's got the little shimmy, got the little slide that makes him even tougher to bring down. When we get him going, he's a scary back to deal with. He's not going to break away from you, but he does tend to have that ability to make that first and second man miss, get those extra yards that you got to get. I think he fits our O-line great as they're learning and learning to play together and gelling. It kind of gives you that bigger battering ram that's going to fall forward and get you 3 or 4 yards, running through arm tackles. And RJ's got to be a dude that we got to ride, and we knew that going into it. He's just he's got to continue to do the little things and keep honing in on his game and get better every day.
Yes, sir, absolutely. And I also want to talk about the 0 there and the defense with a bunch of good turnovers. Brian Hawkins came back and he got a pick. Just talk about the defense overall.
Yeah, look, it's going to take a little while. When you lose as many guys as we've lost, it takes a little while. And, everybody, just like me, you want it to happen right now. You want to be good in the spring game. You want to be good in the fall scrimmage. And you want to be good because we're playing Walker in the Jamboree. When, realistically, we don't really worry about who we're playing right now until we figure out who we are and what we can do. We got to continue to focus on us, and we are getting better. And that's what I'm really pleased with. I thought we've done a better job tackling. I think Mandeville came in and hit us in the mouth and kind of woke us up. But they were a great test for week 1, and we've gotten better since then. And now it's probably one of the bigger tests that we're going to have in the pre-district schedule that we've got to see where we're at going into this week.
Yes, sir, absolutely. We need to focus on us and focus on these highlights. Jackets take the field. The sledgehammer comes down. They're at home again versus Liberty, the 3rd home game of the season, as you see them running over to the student section to celebrate as they take the field. Deshaun Goldman hands it off to number 22, RJ Johnston, who runs, gets a big gain, and then is finally brought down. 13, Goldman takes it again and passes to number 4, Tylen Haynes, who is grabbed up, and finally the whistle gets blown. Goldman takes it again, gives it to Haynes, who catches it and is finally pushed down. A great couple of first plays there, huh, Coach?
Yeah, he really played well to start the game.
Goldman hands it off to number 22, RJ again, who makes it into the touchdown. Jackets 7-0. Coach, let's talk about RJ here.
Yeah, big opening drive, had some big runs, then we had some big throws right there, some big completions to Tylen. Just a great opening drive. That's something we've got to get comfortable doing. And of course, the most important thing was we finished, and really pleased with that finish right there with the just a powerful run.
Yes, sir. A very good first opening drive. The kickoff to number 3, Heisman Griffin, who is finally taken down by number 3, Brian Hawkins. He just came back from an injury. You see his arm right there. Number 11 rolls out and gives it to number 10, Collins, who is hit by number 6, Deshaun McBride. Number 11 gives it to the running back, who is brought down by number 78, Zach Williamson. Second quarter now. Number 11 rolls out and completes a deep pass to number 10, Bennett.
It was a great play by them.
I thought it was out of bounds. Ellis rolls left and passes. Intercepted by number 3, Hawkins, who starts running down the sideline and is finally pushed out of bounds. Coach, let's talk about this right here.
Yeah, you know, Hawkins coming off that shoulder injury, made the opening tackle on that punt, and probably played with a little confidence from that point forward, realized that he feels pretty good. Makes the big pick right there. What I love most when you see it on the big picture, you know, our guys turning and running and looking to take him in the end zone. That flag was waved off. That was a legal block, but just a great play, physical play.
Goldman is back to pass. He throws, and it is picked off by number 7, Raymond McNeely. A big return for Liberty as he takes it down the sideline. Liberty's ball. Denham's ball again. Goldman hands it off to number 7, Mason Varese, who carries it and is finally pushed out of bounds. Goldman hands it off to number 7, Mason Varese again, who toe taps around, gets around to the edge, runs, and is finally brought down. Number 16, Carson Burrell, drops back, looking deep, passes, but it is deflected. I thought it was a good pass there, Coach.
I bet you did. Who was that threw that ball?
My brother, Carson Burrell. It snapped to number 11, but it is bobbled and falls down, picked up by the Jackets. By number 1, Rancher Miller. A great play there, getting the ball back. Number 13 hands it off to number 22, RJ, who gets around to the outside and is finally brought down out of bounds. Great run there by 22. Number 13, Goldman, hands it off again, and RJ runs it in for a touchdown. 14-0 Jackets. Coach, let's talk about this.
Again, you know, the big battering ram's got to finish these drives, and that's what he just did right there. He lowers his shoulders, gets into the end zone, and that's a critical finish. That's something we struggled with early on that we're starting to get better at.
Yes, sir. I thought it was a great drive. McNeil hands it off to number 8, who is brought down by number 19, Kai, as you see him celebrating right there after the big play. Goldman, offense with the ball again. Goldman takes it, rolls out, looking, and takes off, finally stepping out of bounds. Goldman takes the snap again, rolling again, looking deep, throws, and it is caught by number 6, Deshaun McBride, right over the head of number 7, as you see him getting in his face. Well deserved right there. Coach, let's talk about this.
Well, you know, again, big time throw, big time catch. I mean, we got to continue to do a great job of getting the ball in our playmakers' hands and letting them make these plays. You know, getting a little chippy there at the end, I'm okay with. Seven batted the ball down early, got in his face, and let him know about it. And Deshaun finished his and let him know about it. So it's part of the game, and I love the energy. I love the chip on our shoulder, and we got to continue to get better.
That would put the Jackets 20-0 at half. The extra point was no good. Rebecca David crowned 2023 Homecoming Queen, DSTV's very own. Congrats to Rebecca for winning. Number 11, Ellis passes to number 28, who is brought down by Jonas Clark. A big hit by 2 there. Goldman hands it off to 22, RJ Johnston, who takes it around the edge, trucking over a guy, and then finally being brought down. Great run there by RJ. Goldman hands it off to number 7, Varese, who takes it around the edge, getting free and then getting pushed out of bounds. Goldman takes it again and gives it to number 22, RJ, who runs it in. 27-0 Jackets. Coach, let's talk about this right here.
Yeah, you know, it's a lot of fun to watch, you know, the guys that are key players for us getting the football. You know, that series, you saw Mason Varese again at some running back, kind of gives us another little lightning in a bottle to go with the battering ram right here when RJ finishes the drive. I mean, you can't say it enough. When we start doing that, we got a chance to be a good football team.
Yes, sir. RJ had a lot of good runs this game. Jackets ball again. Goldman hands it off to number 5, Hudson Byers, who breaks free and is finally brought down. Goldman takes the snap and throws to number 4, Tylen Haynes. 33-0 Denham. Coach, let's talk about this right here.
Yeah, we've been waiting on Haynes all year to start making these plays, and finally got the ball to him to where he had the opportunity to do so. He's worked extremely hard. He had a great summer, and it's just a matter of time before it starts paying off, and hopefully this is just the beginning. Hate we had to wait till week 3 to get it, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Yes, sir. Tylen is going to be very good once he learns his craft. Ellis, number 11, is sacked by number 8, Caden Allen, a young guy right there. Ellis back to pass, and it is intercepted by number 7, Mason Varese. He runs down the sidelines, has a bunch of blockers, and finally makes it in for the touchdown. 40-0 Jackets. Great play by Mason right here. Coach, let's talk about it.
Well, you love seeing defensive touchdowns. Mason does not have very many opportunities where people don't throw the ball at him a whole lot. And you know why. We've seen 4 years of this kid being special. And here he has the opportunity to make a play. And not only make a play, he's led into the end zone by defenders who have turned to do their job and getting hats on hats and really showing a team, a team-run defense right there. So, excited. Again, little things we were doing that we haven't done. It's starting to say you're growing. It's starting to show you're growing up.
Jackets win the game 40-0. Player, as you see, as they go to walk to shake hands. You see the student section about to do the alma mater. Stats for this game: R.J. Johnson, 13 carries for 117 yards and 3 touchdowns. Dejon Goldman, 9 for 15 passing, 143 yards. 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. Tylen Haynes, 3 receptions, 55 yards, and 1 touchdown. Coach, let's go ahead and talk about Franklinton right here. Franklinton had a really good player, number 1, that left. I just want to know if that's going to affect anything at all. Or
I would like to think anybody that loses a player of that magnitude is definitely going to affect, what they do. But again, sometimes when things go, I guess, change the way that might have changed. I really don't know all the details of that situation. But sometimes when you have that breakup, teams tend to get better. Franklinton and Coach Salt, the job he does and the reputation and the history he has as a head football coach, he's going to pull it together. I got a few guys still on staff that I'm friends with that I know are great football coaches. So they're going to get it together. And like I said, you don't know why the breakup happened, but sometimes when you pull that out, you can become closer as a team, and good things can happen. They've since beat Covington, and then lost by 1 to Fontainebleau, 2 5A schools that are probably a lot like us that we know a little bit about Covington. So it's a good football team. They got skill across the board, even without that kid. So and they're going to be well coached. So it is what it is. We still play Franklinton. We don't play any one kid or any 4 or 5 star kid. We play Franklinton.
Yes, sir. Coach, I want to go back to their losses. Their record is 1-2 right now. Do you think it could be a little deceiving since they are going to be the second best team we played?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. If not the best. They are. It's like I said, like I told you. They got skill across the board. They can run. They're tough in the trenches. Linebackers are always tough. They had one of the best linebackers we saw all year last year who graduated. But their 2 dudes that got back this year are very aggressive, very good players. I got to see them in person when they came to Parkview for the Jamboree, and they're very much impressive to look at in person. The DBs are long and athletic, and it's a football team. The little quarterback does a good job getting the ball to all the skill guys and getting it out in space to number. They got number 4, number 7. The dudes that can take the top off dudes that can beat you. And I think Franklinton does a good job of putting those guys in position to do so. And they're aggressive, and that's a scary football team.
Yes, sir. They definitely have a couple of athletic guys.
Yep.
Coach, I want to talk about something that happened this morning. Caleb Koss, who was supposed to be a piece to the offense, was late, and now he is benched. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, look, the standard is the standard. We can do our op and make up for one. but we're on Tuesday, and he was late Monday and Tuesday. And, the standard is the standard. And, hey, he'll be just fine falling back in next week and getting the job done. And, he knows that, and all of you know that when you start taking it serious, good things are going to happen. So the standard is the standard. And, one late, you'll take you up and move on. Two lates, you lose a little more than that.
Sure, it starts to be a problem.
Yeah, we can't have a problem. We're starting to move in the right direction. And, little things like that can add up and can kind of derail a program. And, the winner mindset, the standard that is set in this program, I'm never going to deviate from. It doesn't matter who you are. We have a job to do, and job's got to be done.
Thank you for watching this episode of the Brett Beer Show, sponsored by James Restaurant. I'm Cooper Burrell, and as always, thank you, Coach Beer, for joining me. The Jackets play at home Friday at 7 versus Franklinton. I hope I can see you next episode.